Hey there, team, and welcome to... Oh, okay. What is this? What have we got going on here? Is this a siege? Oh, wait, shoot, I think, Y2K. Yes, I remember this one. Oh, goodness me, it's 49,000 frames. Holy smokes. Yeah, okay, cool. This is on Umad's channel. I remember this one. Yes, so, well, let's get through it. Yeah, totally. 49. Oh, okay. I was expecting like a field battle, but this will be fine. This will be a-okay. Yeah, I've got some tea. Let's do it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Double Corsair crossbows here. Castamir's Rangers, triple Alcarondas Legion, Blackguards, double Belgar Footmen, double Belgar Pikes, 3 Corsair Infantry without armor upgrades. We've not actually seen them without armor upgrades for a wee while. People have really been stacking them out. And then some Balakith Marksmen with some Narunar Royal Guard as well. I just lost my mouse for a second. No armor upgrades. Let me see some of the boys. Belgar Pikes. Yes. No armor upgrades for them either. I would almost always give an armor upgrade to the pikemen, so that's a bit of a surprise. Or I thought there was a waterfall there as I passed by, but it was just the way the white sort of passed down. I was like, oh, jeepers. Lord Touch Me there, playing as Harad. So he's got his armor up. No armor upgraded. Dismounted Serpent Guard, but still very messy to deal with, even without the armor upgrade. Southron Warband, Southron Archers, more Warband, and Mahud Warriors. Champions in Afarat, where the general is, I suppose. Yes, he is. Mahud Warriors, Dismounted Serpent Guard again, more Mahud Warriors. Lots and lots of these Haradrim Spears. Beast Hunters, nice, and more Haradrim Spears. So yeah, lots of numbers there, but that should always, well, not always, that should be Harad's job when they're alongside Umbar, I would say. And Blackguard, Corsair Crossbows, some more Belgar Footmen, and Pikes. Looks like a very similar army there. Harmonies of Castamere, where have you got your boys there? Sentinels, Alcarondas Legion, yeah. Pretty similar force to what we've seen from his ally over on the left. So we'll have a quick scan over the map. As I see, Umad's video should be in the description there if you want to check that out. We've got Dol Amroth and double Gondor coming in to attack these evil men. So a nice sort of good versus evil, all humans on the field. And yeah, I believe that the evil forces are sort of defending, but in a 3v3 scenario, it's always going to be a little bit quirky. Over here, we have Medexa as one of the Gondorians. He's got civvies out front. Interesting. We'll see what he wants to do with them. Axeman Lasanak. I suspect we're going to get a lot of armor upgrades because Gondor is on the attack, so they got a bit more money. Wardens of the White Tower. Marksman of Kirandros, further along the Gondorian Archers. Belgar Marines. Nimolothian Honor Guard. Lots of Citadel Guard. Fountain Guard, of course. I've talked so much about how much I love the Fountain Guard. And nice armor upgraded Gondorian infantry with more Axemen of Lasanak. So yeah, these like double armor upgraded Gondorian infantry might actually be a bit tricky for these boys to deal with. But the Alcarondas Legion will beat them, of course. But still, it's going to be a grind for them. The Amazing Jedi over here, I don't recognize that name, but he's got another Gondor army. He's got his Gondorian archers, 2 of them, no armor upgrades, Citadel Guard behind them. Oh, I like this. 1 level of armor upgrade on the Gondorian infantry here. I do think they look really cool with the 1 level of armor upgrade. I will usually fork out for the double, but it does provides a nice sort of little difference across the army, a bit of diversity, so that's cool to see. Pelgar Marines again. Yeah, guarantee for a siege. You always want to take some jabbies. Veterans of Asgiliath there with the double arm. Actually, sorry. I want to hold back from that. I don't know if they received 2 or just 1. Yeah, I think it might just be 1. Anyway, armor upgraded all the same. Nimolothian Honor Guard there. Pelgar Marines, Fountain Guard, Wardens of the White Tower. No general in with the Wardens. Double Fountain Guard, as I say, Axemen. And then the back here, the Raven Helms. Double Raven Helms. Okay. And lastly, Dol Amroth. Nice and organized for us here. Duran, he's got his Haven Guard. Double dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan there. Yeah, I mean, 2 hit point sword and board. Not really got the stats of a lot of, like, they're not so much bodyguard units in the same way as a lot of others, but they are 2 hit points. They're quite skilled sword and board, and they do provide a little morale buff, so they're nice to have for a Dol Amroth attack, and you can get 2 of them before you go on the red limit as well. Black Swan Renegade there, bit of AP, good to have. Pelgar Marines, some nice armor upgraded pikemen there, good, and halberds. Lots of phalanxes for Duran today. Tornastian spears, marksmen there, more archers, and double Belfalas marines. Yeah, no cavalry, full stop, no cavalry from the goodies or the baddies today. Which I mean, if nobody's bringing cav, that's fine. I've never played on this map, so, but it's not a custom map, it's in the game. I suppose all maps are custom maps, but it's not like a scenario battle. I didn't have to download anything for this, it's just as standard in the game, but, yeah, never done it. But there's not too much room to maneuver for cav, so if the boys knew that going in, then they probably are going to be refraining from cavalry. Looks like Medex is moving up slowly. But yeah, as I say, I talked about it for a quick second there. Harad, usually when Harad is alongside Umbar, you'll have Harad be the heavy numbers faction. Let me just zoom across the water there. I quite like to... Let's just go and check out this little island. I missed it, but... Oh, come on, please. It's nice. It does look good, doesn't it? There's a little tower over there in the distance. Sort of quite aesthetic for this fight. And we'll have a quick look on the pier too, because I think... Or the piers, as everybody's coming together. But yeah, so usually Harad will take the place of sort of, I mean, what you'd imagine like the orcs doing when you've got an orcish faction alongside Umbar. You know, they're the numbers, they're the lower quality troops, and that allows Umbar to be the really high quality core. Right, people are shuffling around. Let me actually have a quick look at what Y2K said to me so that I understand the rules here. Be right back. Okay, good. Yeah, no, the only rule that I was seeing there was that there was no artillery. So, does look like we've got a little bit of a grace here. So we will just jump into 6 times speed as we let everybody shuffle. There will be 2 links in the description, or 2 timestamps in the description, so feel free to hop to that. One will, of course, just be the end of the army overview. One will be the actual start of conflict. So, we're getting very close. No, okay, we're just waiting over here. So yeah, feel free, as I say, jump over to that to just, yeah, get things underway. I sometimes would do a little cut and so on, but nah, we're all right. I've always got a bit of stuff to ramble around. Money was 39 for the defenders, so for the evil guys, 39k, I should say, and 45k for the attacking forces. So you can have a ponder about how much cash has been spent where. Alright, okay, no, he's over now, and Dol Amroth is moving up, but still probably is going to be in the grace as he just sort of plugs up that gap before they barrel on over. It's always good to kind of have an idea of like where you're actually allowed to move up to during a grace. I think it was the previous battle that I just did, the Adunheim Outpost, if that was the last one that was uploaded, or last one that was hosted. It was a bit of a strange thing to me how close the attackers were allowed to get during that grace period. So I'll see, you know, I usually think, you know, moving up into like archer range is kind of as close as you really want to be getting, because after that, the defenders might have started shooting at you, you know, so I think it's better off just to hold at that. I'm going to be interested to see how Diego wants to deal with the civvies in front of him. You know, you never really want to spend ammunition on them, even as fragile as they are. Like, they will die to just an arrow or two. And if he allows them to just get in combat with something like the Beliar Footmen, they're going to take a loss or two to that. Not many, I should say. Not many at all. But civilians will get kills. You know, if they fight to, you know, if they don't get their morale broken, or they get shot, or they get charged, like, civilians will rack up a kill or two. They're not, you know, they're very different to orc fodder, who will get, like, no kills. But orc fodder benefit from the fact that, yeah, they have a spear. So, you know, they're going to scare away cav a little bit. So, and they've also got a shield. So, yeah, I mean, they're just different. They're both fodder units, of course, but they've got different goals. And civilians can, as I say, they can rack up a kill or two. Those good old peasantry. Haradrim spears holding the front there. So just sort of, yeah, begging to be shot at, I'm sure. Very lightly armored, but they do have that shield value, and they're just so cheap. So Lord Touchme's more than happy to lose them, I'm sure, even if they did end up getting routed off. He's by some sudden attack. It's not going to be the end of the world. They're just there to stop the enemy from doing anything crazy. Gotta be watching, because we're seeing some of these guys are winded here. Y2K's actually got them running. It's very nice, you know, to do that in a, you know, when you've got a grace period. I totally understand why Y2K is running. You want to sort of get the battle underway, but no, it's, yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance, because your boys are just going to be starting pretty damn tired. You know, by the time these guys actually get in a position, surely they will be tired, especially if they're climbing up here. They are, but if they climb up there, then they've probably got a little while before they actually get in the fight, so they should get their energy back. I do like the idea of, you know, your boys are arriving tired because they've just sort of run across to actually get to the front line faster. Alright, I'm starting to understand why this is 49,000 frames now. Let me just have a quick gulp of my tea here. Oh, goodness me, I am out of breath here. I've not been doing anything too exhilarating today, but just a lot of walking around, I suppose. But it shouldn't really be draining me this much. Goodness. Civies from Medexa moving up. I think we might be... Yeah, they're getting very close now, so I'm going to be thinking this is the start of the action now. And that makes sense. So we've got about 40,000 frames of fighting, which for a 3v3 sort of siege-style fight, that seems about right. Oh, missed it. Yeah, civies are going to be making contact there, maybe. Getting really close, but... Like, I mean, the same thing with Orc Fodder. You don't really want civilians fighting by themselves, because they will just end up routing. Oh. No. Quick little stab, but no, this guy's gonna make it away. I like this combo. If Medexa gets the civies mixing amongst these Gondorian infantry, that might be quite good. You know, I mean, Gondorian infantry can take a punch themselves. They're not really relying on the civilians to, you know, to take damage for them. But it's just that extra few slashes from the civilians that might see them being somewhat more cost effective than they would normally be. Okay, no, we'll go back in 2 times speed. Maybe not got some action. Yeah, okay, no, Medexa's more than happy to just wait there. I don't know. I guess he's sort of hoping that he'll move forward at him and just sort of slightly pull himself out of position. Because right now he wants the fight to happen sort of there so that he can shoot down on the sides. Whereas if Medexa can make the fight happen closer to here, it denies that ranged power there. Yeah, good. Diego's even sort of giving ground. What I would want... Yeah, I would want the fight to sort of be... This is where I would want my line to be. So that I can get a shot on their side, and I get a shot on their right side as well. So... Okay, just a little bit of cat and mouse between Diego and Medexa. Is that being copied over on the other side? Looks like we just burrowed ourselves into a valley. No, it's not. We have conflict. Trinacian spears up against the Haradrim spears. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a slow fight, but the Trinacian spears should have a pretty damn cost-effective exchange there. Yeah, Alcaronus Legion, though, that's going to change the game. Yeah, certainly not suffering from that spear malice. Those swordsmen will be able to slice down and beat the Tarnacians. Okay, or Tarnostians, I should say. But, yeah, I mean, they're not inflicting the massive casualties that I thought they would be. Now, something we're seeing here, we're actually receiving some shots in the back from our friendly arrow fire. Yeah, see, just got to be wary when you're firing over your own lines. Sometimes you just got to think maybe it's not worth it. Because you are shooting your own men in the back, whereas you're only shooting the enemy in the face. And their their shields are going to deflect a lot of that damage. But yeah, okay, how are the Alcaronus Legion doing? Still just balanced right now. So yeah, the Tarnostians should do not too bad. And we do have some backup. The Gondorian infantry, fantastic to see. 1 level of armor upgrade for them coming on in. That would be... Yeah, oh wow, okay, Black Swan Renegades already making their way on in. That is quite a nice counter there. Get through that Umbar armor. I probably wouldn't have used them that early though. You know, just up against 1 unit of these guys. But okay, I mean, it's pulling out Serpent's Fang ammo, and that's coming into these armored up units, and it's coming into their left side. As grim as this is, this ammunition is going to get spent on your forces anyway. So just kind of ensuring that it's being spent like this is about as much as the attackers can hope for. That's poison arrow damage as well, so that's going to be damaging to morale. The best they can hope for is maybe if they push on forward a little bit and some of that fire ends up going into the lower morale Harad units or these Corsair infantrymen. These Corsair infantry are actually in the fight, so they've used up their ammunition too. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So it does change the game up when you've got a 3v3 instead of a, you know, a 3v4 or a 3v5 sort of siege attack. I love this. Medix is getting really, really close here. He's, yeah, and it's good. Diego's, he's not risen. He's not taking the bait, but his hand is going to be forced any sec. No, still Medexa is just going to stand right in front of him. So he really doesn't want the fight to happen further along that route. He wants to benefit from these Corsair crossbows, who I'm surprised are still hidden. And the thing is, these Corsair crossbows, when they pop up, they're going to provide that morale shock. You know, whenever a unit pops up from being hidden, if they're quite close, it is scary. So that's going to be unpleasant for these poor Gondorians when it does happen. Okay, Civi's gathering up on one flank, infantry gathering up on the other. That's okay. When the infantry does clash in, they should beat the Belagar footmen, of course. Should beat them without too much trouble. Okay, Civi's connecting first on this flank. Be interested to see, as I say, how many casualties they can maybe deal. There's one down there already. Oh, I like that. Well done, Medexa. Okay, so he sort of pulled this unit over there, and he's managing to swing around. Oh man, I really wish there was another unit like right there to benefit a bit more from this. I would be rushing. I'd be getting another unit of infantry in there. He's opening fire with his archers into these Corsair crossbows. That's nice. But I mean, yeah, we've sort of pushed through there. Dude, we could take control of this whole little section right now. If these guys could barrel on through, and if there was another infantry unit to push in and hold those Belagar footmen. Problem is, right now, if we push this unit through and we don't have anything to lock this in place, they'll just kind of chase us and poke us in the back as we run. And we might end up just losing a unit of Gondorian infantry without much gain. Nobody's using this little bridge over here. I don't blame them, but I would love to maybe send something over there, to be honest, if it was me. But maybe that bridge is a bit kooky. You know, Y2K didn't use it at the start, which I understood because it would take too long to sort of individually do that. But if the bridge does work fine, you should try to, make use of it. 7 for 7, which, as I say, is always a good thing for the attackers. If the attackers in this early stage are matching the defenders, but we're seeing what the attackers are actually sending up forward right now. Gondorian infantry and those Black Swan renegades, they're down to 44. We have lost a few of them, whereas the defenders have really been just losing their chaff. But you're seeing how much ammunition the defenders are actually spending on them too. So I don't know. I am liking the attackers right now for sure. And this is fire arrow damage, poison arrow damage. So that's a lot of morale damage just stacking up on the attackers. But the problem is the defenders have lower morale and little friendly, like this guy's burning there. So we're receiving this this morale shock ourselves, and these poison arrows as well are hitting our own guys, so that's going to be a bit painful for us as well. So, okay. More arrows coming in from down there. Cheaper sake from Y2K, and we've got our own arrows, well, the attackers' own arrows, coming from over their heads. So, yeah, a hell of a lot of arrows just gathered up there. Is this generally, so it's Y2K and Lord Touch Me over on this side, and it seems primarily just Diego's by himself. So there's kind of like Diego versus Medexa, kind of a 1v1 over here, and then a 2v2 with the Amazing Jedi and, sorry, what's the other? Duran, yeah. Sort of a 2v2 and a 1v1. That's nice. Does mean that people are going to be a bit more focused. Loved what was going on with Medexa over here, but he didn't, he's not really well, he's sent in, you know, Citadel. Wow, Citadel Guard coming in right now up against the Alcrondas Legion is very cool, but I would have sent in more, you know? I like these archers here. These archers get some shots into the right side of these Alcrondas Legion for sure, but I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do that because I would have sent in a unit to plug that gap, but Blackguards there. At least the Blackguards are taking the shot to their left side, but still a worthy target, I feel. You want to lower that DPS with the javelins. Also, the Corsair Blackguard are wanting to be used in melee after that. You know, they really are. They're not bad in a fight. So taking some of them down like this is not not too much of a worry. And this would be fantastic. These Pelargir Marines could get some javelins to the Alcrondas Legion. Medexa will be chuffed to bits, and I think that's maybe his choice. Yeah, perfect. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, and even the pikes. The pikes are unshielded right there. Archer fire into those pikes. Yeah, this is a tough spot for Diego. He's pulling forward some more units. Lord Touchme's actually got a few boys coming over here to help him out, which is certainly nice. His attacker is going to have better quality troops. They do have more money to spend, so he is going to have to be a bit careful, even though he is just doing a 1v1. Well, you know, he's mainly doing a 1v1 over there. He can't get too cocky, so if your buddy's offering you a bit of help, you certainly want to take it. Mahud Warriors getting sent into the fray. Mahud Warriors are generally... I don't use them when I play Harad. When I play Harad, I'm very... Ooh, it's been a while since I played Harad, but I'm very much like Haradrim Spears and South Throngs and Serpent Guard. I don't tend to lead very much into the Mahud forces. Not that there's anything wrong with them, it's just not something I do. The only Mahud warrior... Well, the only Mahud force that I really will take will be the Mahud Hunters. Beast Hunters? Beast Hunters, I think. The Jav Chuckers, I believe. That's what they're called. We'll probably see some of them later. These Gondorian archers actually sent into the fray there. Used up their ammunition, so... But yeah, slicing through a few of these Mahud Warriors. Mahud Warriors one of the few units from Harad, not from Mahud, from Harad that don't actually have armor piercing. So yeah, like even the basic Gondorian archers wear a bit of armor, so they'll take a little minute to die. We need something maybe popped on into the fray. Good Gondorian infantry coming on forward alongside some Untitled champions. Great. Are we going to be shooting those guys up? I'm sure we'd want to. Especially with something like crossbows, because those Untitled champions are going to be dominating the field right now. The pikes would be able to keep them at bay, but those pikes are, you know, they're down to 100 and they don't have much backup now. Goodness sake, this has been... yeah, pretty... what I thought was going to be a very long, drawn-out battle is pretty swift. At this time, anyway. So it looks like Medexa has had his attack pushed back, but... I mean, he might be happy enough with that if he feels he's inflicted a lot of casualties. I'm definitely the type of person which... Yeah, I mean, they're still pretty damn close. I'm very much the type of person, when I start an attack, I like to keep that attack going. I do my skirmishing at the start, and then I get stuck in. And I try to just keep it up all the way through. But sometimes it isn't a bad thing, especially if you're by yourself and you've got full control over your front line. You can just decide, okay, I'm going to wait. You know, I've inflicted some good casualties. I'm not gonna send anything more in. I'm clearly not getting through right now. Let's hold back. Let's shoot things. Let's shoot these poor old Belegar pikes who may have a spearman in front of them or a shieldman in front of them. But if they don't, yeah, dude, we need to shoot these guys. Marksmen of Kirandros are there. Like I would certainly be taking that target. But maybe I'm just overvaluing pikes. But I mean, on a flat ground siege map, I don't think you really can overvalue pikes. I would always want them down, even the the lower or mid tier pikes and the Belegar units. More fire ammunition coming on down, but once again, it's going to be providing a bit more risk to our own forces than it is the enemy. I would really be probably not lighting my fire arrows up. I would be firing, especially with a unit like the Balakith Marksman. I think it's they've got the accuracy to deal a lot more damage than you're taking, but I think all it takes is one fire arrow in your unit, and that's the debuff. I don't believe it really matters if you have 50 guys burning. You know, it doesn't matter anymore to your morale. Well, of course it matters to your morale in the form of them dying, so that's a morale debuff, but I don't think it causes any more of the fire debuff, the fire morale debuff, than just one or two arrows, so... Ooh, Javi's coming with Mahud Warriors. I would try to avoid them as a target if I could. Maybe the pikes were the real, the preferred target, but yeah, we just had to go for who we had. Citadel Guard coming in. Again, I don't know how I feel about the Citadel Guard facing up against this. I would be wanting to save them for something a bit more prevalent later. So yeah, percentage-wise, the attackers are still doing great. I really think that this is quite good for the attackers, but I think we are maybe using some of our real quality units slightly too early. What I would maybe wanted to get, yeah, we're getting that now. I would have maybe wanted to see a pikeman moved up a little bit sooner. I know that getting them tightly packed together. They're going to be arrow bait, but we've got that armor upgrade on them, and the enemy's been using pikes for a long time, so I'm glad to see Duran sending these pikemen on forward. He's keeping them spread out until the last moment, which is when he'll tightly pack them together and rush them on forward, just so they're not taking too much damage. But once they arrive, they're already winning on this front line. Of course, we've got Powerful Champions, we've got City of God, we've got dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan in there. Okay, and a lot of people rag on them. They've not got the same, like, real, like, stats of many sword and board bodyguards. I don't like to think of them as bodyguards, as I say. I like to think of them as just quality infantry with that morale buffer. Just something that Dol Amroth can have in their front line to keep their front line a bit more solid. A nice sort of anchor that, you know, although it's not going to do much damage, it's going to stay there for a while because they do have those 2 hit points. But up against Mahud Warriors, up against Belegar Footmen, they'll do not too bad at all. As long as you can keep them away from the real heavy hitters of the enemy force, they will rack up a decent kill count. So it's nice to see that they're going to be doing that today. Fingers crossed. Gondorian archers out of ammunition, moving on forward, just really, yeah, being sponges for the Fountain Guard. So yeah, you probably accept that, you know, no matter who you are, if you're defending the Fountain Guard. Gondorian archers trying to shunt their way up there, using that armor to get through the pike line, but wow, they are dying fast to that really organized unit of pikes. Now, Fountain Guard, as great as they are, they're halberds up against pikes, which is never a fun thing. But at least it's a much shorter distance for the halberds of the Fountain Guard to approach than it is for the swords of the Gondorian archers. Some of these Gondorian archers, yeah, we're seeing a kill or 2 getting racked up. Lord Touch Me sending in the dismounted Serpent Guard as well, so that's nice. I'd love to see... what we got? Oh, we do have some infantry. Nice, nice. I was hoping that we'd get something with a shield or another infantry unit mixed in amongst all this. And that's exactly what we have. Beast Hunters there. Yeah, from Lord Touch Me again, receiving a little bit of aid from our Harad buddies, showing that they are not just pouring themselves all into one side. Southern Archers rattling some shots in too. Goodness. So is this fight going? Citadel Guard, Gondorian Infantry, still battering. I do need a thumbnail, don't I? I do certainly need a thumbnail. I think this kind of like, let's see, this foggy tower in the distance. Let's maybe get somewhere near the edge there, where we've got a good sight of that, perhaps. Got Southrons, got the nice silver Gondorians, got that tower. Yeah, so that'll be okay, that'll be okay. Still, yeah, defenders suffering some losses, but returning that, you know, returning the damage. And returning the damage on some pretty quality units. 31 for 35. Okay, so attackers are sort of slipping behind a little bit. These pikes, they were spread out, which is of course great, but that would still be a solid target, and maybe that's a bit of a misstep for Duran. These guys should have been in the fight a little while ago. And the fact they have just been kind of hanging around and getting shot up is going to hurt him later. Those pikes need to be used. Fountain Guard here, yeah. Oh, goodness me, 52 broken. Holy smokes. That's a shame for those boys. Yep, fighting to the death. They're goners. And the skilled Serpent Guard are going to be slicing their way through that. We've got these Gondorian archers coming in there just to try and back up the Fountain Guard as best they can. But it really does look like, you know, Medexa is having to face up against quite a few of the Harad force and quite a lot of the Harad ammunition. So he probably does know, you know, he's not going to be getting through here. It's similar to, oh, who did we have? The Mordor player, I believe, was coming in by himself, and he sort of had that 1v1 up against the Runic player in the last siege battle. So I'm sure that's what Medex has got in his mind here. You know, I'm not here to win this per se, you know, but if I can grind away at them, if I can keep Lord Touch Me sending some forces over here and really do some good damage to Diego, that's all I have to do. I'm not about breaking through here, I'm not about winning. That's for the other guys. Fingers crossed. But at the same time, he's done a great job of sort of limiting the damage that he's been taking from enemy range fire, keeping the fight quite nice. And yeah, I loved that initial attack right at the start. That was just so cool. Where we got some more of Diego's force, more of yeah, Lord Touch Me is actually sending over quite a lot of guys over to this side. So if Medexa can just do his best there, you know, he really should be giving his friends quite a good advantage. And yeah, you're seeing over on this side, Y2K is actually giving the call to start retreating back. Lord Touchme's been sending these guys back for a little while now. Or are they coming... They're coming forward, these Southrone Warband. Very cool, okay. I'd probably be considering moving back with everything there. If I'd started to fall back, but I guess those Southrons are just wanting to protect the Umbar forces. And yeah, the last of these defenders are going to be getting sliced down and gutted. Southrone Warband there with their AP spears. A very nice thing to have up against the Gondorians, for sure. And the Corsair Infantry just doing their best to hold back the tide. The blue and silver tide that's against them. How do we have ammunition? Well, how is our ammunition doing? Casimir's Rangers doing okay. Royal Guard there, they're done. Belka Marksmen, they've still got ammunition, and so do the Stalkers. Very scary. Okay. So far from done, the punishment, but they've used up a fair bit of it. Everything moving on over here. Southrone Archers there, they're done. As are the Serpent's Fangs. It looks like Lord Touchme was actually sending these guys down in order to go and hold that position, but they've kind of realised that it's not possible. Or at least it's not favourable. So they're going to start falling back. Yeah, Y2K is... No, he's got these guys coming over. Again, Medexa is going to be taking more damage from these defenders. Oh, I love that. The way that the line is sort of curled around to sort of protect Medexa's forces there is very, very lucky for him. They're still getting some javelins in there, and those poor axemen. Yeah, it's not a fun thing for an axeman to receive. That heavy armor is always going to protect you, but an armor-piercing javelin to the face, not great. Not great. Citadel Guard there, still stabbing on through. A lot of these Beast Hunters, again, Beast Hunters AP, Harad just has, you know, they're great Gondor fighters, which makes sense, because of course that's what they've been fighting for the past few thousand years. Certainly a few hundred years anyway. Battling away with Gondor, preparing to fight Gondor. Beast Hunters again coming over here with Javs in hand. Not many of them though. How many troops left? I don't know how many javelins they have. Pilgrim Marines here out of ammunition. They could be coming on into the fight soon. Yeah, just being Marines. Little sort of, you know, mid-tier melee fighter. But the marksmen coming in, as long as they don't get javelined, then that is going to be very nice to see. I suspect that Lord Touchme's javelins here did not have much ammunition. Or sometimes they're still holding the javelin even though they don't really have it. So that could have been the case. But I'm pretty keen to see these two-handed swordmasters, or two-handed swordsmen. I don't want to call them swordmasters, but two-handed swordsmen. They will be gutting their way through these beast hunters, surely. Really quite quickly. Of course, relying on that armor, but two-handed swordsman always going to be a bit more skilled than your standard guy after they pull that blade out. So yeah, they're doing some good work. And what's going to happen to Medexa now? No, okay, Diego's still sending over guys. Looks like Lord Touchme and Y2K are waiting. Oh goodness me, are they going to be defending the town? I thought that everybody would be moving up to this final keep at the top. Looks like the land bridge here has been pressed through. We've still got some Perithal. We've got 6 of the Perithal champions left. Come on, you want to make that 5? No, you're done. Shame. That's only again a nice synchronized kill. And yeah, barreled through. Fantastic. Okay. How are we doing? 45 for 48. Again, not at all a bad place for the attackers. I think that this is certainly quite fair, considering how much ammunition has been spent against them. But, you know, Yisharan, yeah, there's a lot of ammunition still to be spent for the attackers. And a lot of high quality troops still to come in. So, all to play for sure. But I think that the defenders have been very liberal with their ammunition, and attackers have been very liberal with their kind of like upper mid tier. So yeah, but of course defenders wouldn't have spent that much ammunition if they didn't have such quality troops arrayed against them. I don't know, swings and roundabouts and all that, certainly. Balakith marksmen. Oh, a lot of those. Yeah, you're seeing the amount, and that was it. Your last volley, boys, and you just sent them all right into the ground. Goodness sake, guys. But that's alright. They've pulled out their swords. They're quite good little makeshift infantrymen now, even without an armor upgrade. They can hold their own pretty well. Up against sort of lower tier units for sure anyway, but up against what they've what they're going to have to fight, it might be a bit different. Lord Touch me sending these guys over. I suspect that this position is going to be sacrificed shortly. Diego's just trying to spend what's left of his javelins, do a little bit more damage to Medexa. Nimlothian Honor Guard in there, okay. And I'm sure that that's what the Blackguard are wanting to go for. But if they can keep themselves safe, or absolutely guarantee that they're taking that hit to the shield, which you still don't want that. You don't want these guys to get hit at all. But if they're going to get hit, then, you know, at least they've still got half of their armor value to that javelin, and they still have that shield value that they're tanking. Or they're tanking this javelin with. But there's a break for a second. No, but it was a break off the defending lines that I was seeing. A few of these Serpent Guard actually getting around the Gondorians. Is this one Citadel Guard over here? Yeah, pretty much surrounded there, my man. Not a great spot to be in. And a few Shield Guard there, the Numenorean Shield Guard. Ooh, I'd want to get something, but maybe he's happy enough to let the line get broken again. I say Medex is just wanting to take time, and he's sacrificed an awful lot, so I suppose he's maybe happy enough just letting the, you know, letting the defenders sort of fall back there a bit. So at least he's got something to use later on. Yep, boys make their way along the land bridge. You've got to be careful because, yeah, the defenders still have got their arrows on you. They've still got their rangers, which, yep, we're opening up with that. How is that going? Can you just see how many shots are going in? Okay, good. Well, I don't know how the hits are going, but at least most of it's not. Yeah, going through the Perilthal Champions, like, there wasn't many hits actually going into the ground or the cliffside, so that's about is all you can hope for. Still, it's a human ranger, so it's not going to be doing too much damage, so these heavily armored Perilthal Champions will resist a fair bit of it. But still, you don't want it. You don't want to take that damage. Duran's just moving through. You can't just grab everything and move forward at the same time. So yeah, he's spacing himself out nicely enough. Just so that the Rangers don't get any beautiful shots against you. Yeah, sometimes as soon as you feel you're safe as an attacker, you're gonna get rinsed. Because you've done something silly. Southron archers waiting there, out of ammo, just being ready to be fodder. More Southron archers there, at least they've got their bows out for them, and a lot of Southron warband. Okay. Back over here, it looks like Medexa's area is the only where they've actually got some fighting right now. Bit of firepower still coming up from that hill. The Wardens of Minas Ithil. Ah, fantastic. Okay, what are you going for? Are you going for the Blackguard? Oh, no, holding. Whatever they were going for, they've stopped going for it now. Yeah, they were hiding. I think they went for a quick volley to the Blackguard. Blackguard were in there, I think there was about like 43 or so. And now they're down to 37. It's going to be tough to stop them from using that ammunition. You know, something like that is not really going to be running away anytime soon. And I don't think you're going to be breaking through this line. I'm surprised the Nilthian Honor Guard haven't been given any sort of reinforcement. You know, they are a fantastic unit, but in this sort of scenario, they're just not going to be, you know, really getting their worth out of this fight. They'll drop a good few more of these high-quality Umbar forces, but just being surrounded is never good. A few marksmen left over here, as long as they keep fighting. But no, they were wavering for a minute. Oh, there's 2 units off them. But no, they might end up just breaking. You Shield Guard really just getting around the enemy. Or, yeah, the attackers. Belgian Marines waiting for their chance. I guess that's why we've not sent any more reinforcements in. Once our boys do rout, those Belgian Marines are going to get their javelins spent. And then, yeah, there's still a few scraps. I always, yeah, Fountain Guard. If they can come on into the fight and not get javelined, then they'll work some wonders. We've got the Wardens of the White Tower as well. I do talk a lot of crap about the Wardens of the White Tower, but they're, you know, skilled 2 hit point bodyguards at the end of the day. So, that's going to be a lot more of the defenders dead. 50 for 54 now. Still well under, you know, 5% difference. So it's all to play for. I think once you get out over that sort of 50%, that's when the defenders want to start, or sorry, that's when the attackers want to start bringing it in. You know, closing that gap. But I think 5% is still a perfectly fine, you know, figure to have. I think it's when you start getting now, if they were 10% behind, I'd be a little bit concerned. But no, I think they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Ah, the Nemothean honor guard broke in there. That's a shame. Whenever you've got a bodyguard that don't sort of fight until the very end, you know, it's just it sucks because you're like, damn, you could have killed 6 more guys. Even though there's only 6 of you, you could have killed 6 more people. Yeah, celebrating right in front of the boys is a bit of a shame. Let me just check something. No, I thought that I had a little delivery outside. It is not. Just took for a wee drive around outside my house. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, Diego, I think Diego's making the right call here, falling back. Yeah, without a doubt. And maybe that would have been a good idea to keep the pressure on him so that he couldn't have pulled back. Oh, wait. Oh, they're still defending this section. I was going to say that these guys were, like, just really close to arriving, but no, they've still got to break through this. So what are we going to be holding now? Because things, if we're holding here, we need to hold here as well. So it's holding here, and holding the... Yeah, no, there's too many spots, really. So yeah, falling back from that has probably been a pretty tough decision then, because it does mean that... But if they were holding there, and then this end up being broken, it's a catastrophe. Absolute occurrence. So, because those guys over on the side are not going to have enough time to run away. Okay, shield guard, just a lot of shuffling now for a bit. But the defenders are pretty exposed here. They've got the high ground, but it's a nice sort of sloping high ground. Sort of what you're getting with like Edoras, where you don't really have much to hide behind. You can't just sort of sit on the top of a hill. You've got to be kind of on the slope itself. And yeah, you're exposed to arrow fire. This rock is not going to save any of these guys. Is that... I don't think that rock is a physical thing, is it? Well, I mean, they're avoiding it, so maybe it would block an arrow. Maybe this guy would be safe. I don't know. Well, it's one guy. It's one guy is safe from the arrow storm. So, good for him. What's this one? I like this. Fantastic. Yeah, Lord Touch Me's left this. He's one guy! Oh, and he was sticking around. Good for him. Maybe this was his captain, but yeah. I like that. And he was AP, so he's probably smashed a bit of damage. These boys were celebrating. Don't. Don't you dare right now. But yeah, okay. So Medexa is through, and he's going to start fronting up. And surely... I mean, maybe they're just wanting to tempt Medexa forward, shoot him up with the Rangers. He's going to have to be a bit cautious, but... I don't know. I'm a bit scared for the defenders here. And I'm kind of surprised that the attackers haven't just moved forward their archers, though. Let's go back to 1x speed here. I would have probably moved forward, yeah, like the marksmen. Just open fire a bit. Try to whittle down their line. But nah, I guess they want to save it. I don't know. Tough call. Halberds getting on in there, yeah, provide a bit of rigidity. Really just gut these Southron archers. We're taking a bit of fire from the top. They still do have some arrows for us, but yeah, okay, no, there might be a bit of friendly fire coming into the back of those Southrons. Oh, this guy's oh wait, no, okay, he decided not to attack him. Who is he gonna go for? Right, he's finally engaging now. It took him a good while to find his target, just hiding amongst all the Southron archers there. Very nice. I do love the Southron look. It's really cool. Dismount Knights of Silver Swan arriving there. I was watching the oh shoot, what is it? Is it? I think the channel's just called Lore of the Rings on YouTube, and they had a great little video about Harad. Recently, as per when I'm recording, but probably about 2 months ago by the time this comes out. So yeah, it was great, and it was quite fun to kind of just explain the whole. You know, at least try to explain the temperament of a mini Haradrim and so on and whatnot, why they feel what they feel. I say I'm always a big fan about trying to understand why evil factions are evil. You know, and a lot of people do think that, you know, Tolkien's work is very sort of black and white, and I understand that, especially when it comes to orcs. You know, orcs are straight up just black and white, but for the most part. But like, yeah, the evil men, there is a bit of nuance to them, and it's, yeah, there's a lot more sense put into it than a lot of people give them credit for. So this is a good sign for the attackers to see these warrior women getting thrown on into the fray. Of course, they've got their sort of general ranger stats that you'd expect. but they are out of ammunition. At least I suspect so, if they're being thrown on in like this. I'm surprised we didn't get the Hashari Shadows. But yeah, no cavalry at all. As far as I can tell, they weren't banned. But yeah, I would have really expected to see the Hashari Shadows in this battle. But no, good, good. Still sent on in. That's one unit of Rangers that the attackers are not going to be worrying about anymore. Veterans of Osgiliath coming in. Cool. Out of ammunition then, I suppose, as well. So they're going to be mixing up in the fray. Another decent quality unit, though, that's out of well, that's you know, exposing itself, and that the defenders are going to have to deal with in melee. These marksmen are staying steady. By staying steady, I mean staying tightly packed together. Rangers are ripping through them. Y2K's spin. Wait, no, surely not. What are you going for, Y2K? Sure, you're going for the main line. Yeah, yeah. And again, right side there, which is perfect. So you're rinsing right through this. That's great. But as always, when you're fighting dwarves or Western Kingdoms of Men, your Rangers are not going to be incredibly powerful just because of how much armor these factions are stacking on, especially the dwarves. It can be a bit messy. Now, goodness me, those Rangers really rinsed by the marksman. Love this from Medexa, coming into his boy's aid, exposing his men to that. But it's, you know, he's exposing these heavily armored Gondorian infantrymen, so if somebody's going to take a beating, then yeah. And just chasing them off that position, if nothing else. Interesting. I would have maybe spreaded these guys out here and taken that fight, because then you've got your allies firing on their right side, and you know, any friendly fires hitting your left, and it's a fair fight. It's a flat ground engagement, which that's always, when I'm attacking, like that's what I strive for. Now Diego's coming in to try and match him here, and yeah, again, this is a flat ground engagement. I would love this. Even if you're not going to win, like, yeah, Wardens of the White Tower, this is a bold move from Diego, and I think he's worked this out, and he's bolting now. And Medexa almost didn't want to take it, but then he realized, wait a second, I can kick their asses. If he could engage them and get something around, Peregrine Marine's running. Yeah, so he's engaged them now. This could have been a lot better for him had he done this slightly sooner, but yeah, this is definitely going to hurt Diego. I think Diego got a little bit too comfortable, you know, and he really did forget just how strong Medexa still is right now. But as I say, whenever I'm in some sort of siege attack, whenever I see the enemy sally out or try to get a bit cocky and fight me where they really shouldn't, I love it, you know, because it's just like, yeah, dude, you're giving me a battle, and I've got more money than you, I've got more troops to spend, so even if I just kill you one for one, that's good for me. Whenever there's a situation on like Moria, I've not seen it happen too much recently, but you know, there was a big phase of just the defenders sallying out in Moria and doing like a 2v1 on one side or something like that. I would love that, because yeah, sure, you're gonna win, you're gonna beat me, but I'm gonna more than pay for myself here. Like I'm gonna just make sure I bleed you out as much as possible and get some good cost-effective exchanges here. So it's and usually you'd carry through, and the enemy would like limp away. Yes, they've wiped you out, but no, they've got nothing left, or not enough to deal with your allies over the way. Stalkers there, it's still 33 of them, so they're doing their best, but up against the armor upgraded Veterans of Osgiliath, yeah, they're not built for that. Veterans of Osgiliath, totally, you know, high quality hybrid infantry like that, so they can hold their own very nicely. Looks like Diego's actually going to come for a nice flank there. Okay. Wow. Right. Okay. Y2K's even coming in. Very cool. I like that they're not just giving up on this. Yeah, those jabs spent, boys. Well, oh, see, I don't know about that, because surely they'll just catch you anyway. Yeah, they're going to catch Medexa there. I would have maybe just tried to spend one more javelin, and then just fought him. Yeah, okay, cool. So I think Medexa is actually going to get wiped out in these streets. But, as I say, it's not so much of a worry. Like, he's going to get wiped out, but he's going to kill a lot for You know, he's going to really make the defenders bleed for dealing with him in this way. I would be really tempted to take that engagement as well with my Fountain Guard. Push my Fountain Guard out and deal with that, but I would have used my Pilgrim Marines to lock these guys in place for a little while. Yeah, as I say, maybe I'm getting too aggressive from Medix's point of view, but these aren't poison arrows, these are just... Are Wardens armor piercing? Or are these very high damage? I think they might be armor piercing. But yeah, coming into blasting the crossbows, yeah, anyway, is a good shout, especially because they're Corsair crossbows. Their morale isn't the best, so you might end up making them bolt. Yeah, we've got this front line starting to shatter here. What are we at? 68 for 63. So this is the first time the defenders have actually been falling behind, and they're falling behind a little bit hard right now. So this is a bit scary for them, no doubt. Black Swan Renegades rushing on through here. Shoot them if we can. Veterans of Gilead, yeah, open up. We need to try and salvage... oh, goodness me. Either... Oh, dear. We've got the Serpent's Fangs in there. Just unload what we can. I think I've got a sneeze incoming. Oh, no. Good. I ran away, but I don't know if my mic's picked it up. Fingers crossed it didn't. And anyway, right. Gondor Infantry fighting it out. And yeah, Wardens of Menethissel, there. When they're done, they're 2 hit point melee. Well, you know, they're 2 hit point units. They're not dedicated melee, of course, but they're 2 hit points, so they can fight for a little while. Yes, Blackguard there. Where are the Marines? See, the Marines ran over here. I think that we would have been better off trying to just hold those Blackguards in place, because they've done a lot of damage to our Fountain Guard now. And they're just going to run away, grab you with the Alcron's Legion, and then get more Javelins if they've got more Javelins. But we can see, maybe he's going to run off and do some good work. Maybe even just charge these Mid Warriors in the back. I wouldn't use a Javelin against them, I would just charge them in the back. I don't think they're worth a Javelin. And you should be able to just break them. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Good catch from these guys. Yeah, just shooting them in the back, but hopefully they stop shooting in a minute. Or we're going to... No, we're coming in. That should be a break, surely, because they're losing that fright anyway. And now it's like, hello. Okay, no, they should break soon. They're wavering right now, but they should break soon. How's the actual fight in the center going? Yeah, being defeated slowly. So I think Medexa can be pretty happy with how that's gone. I love the aggression from the defenders, and yeah, it is a cool little street fight that has been great, but I guess maybe, like, the defenders know that they've spent a lot of ammunition, so they need to be more aggressive here, because if they just sit on that hilltop, then the defender, well, the attackers are just going to blast them. You know, it's like retreating in Bir Sagat too fast. You've got nowhere to run, you've got an amazing position, but you're stuck there. And you're jam-packed, and the enemy can shoot you if they've still got ammo. So they could just fall back up to, you know, wherever they want, you know, but if the enemy can still just blast you, it's not worth anything. Corsair crossbows from Y2K can maybe turn stuff around, but they're exposed up there. And there's skilled archers. These aren't just baby archers. These are proper, you know, Númenórean descendant archers. And, you know, hey, the Númenóreans like their bows, so we might be in trouble. Yeah, Mahud Warriors, they're busted. Absolutely slain. Oh, Casimir's Rangers actually answering to this. Out of ammunition, of course. I was wondering, I saw this like Harbinger of Castamere there. So I was wondering where the heck he came from. A few Pilgrim Marines and an infantryman. Tying them up, but as they try and charge on in to chase these guys. But over here, what's going on? Yeah, Fountain Guard getting... Oh, they were getting javelined in the side, but the Wardens showed up to sort that out, and yeah, they should be more than happy doing that. And the Fountain Guard love a fight like this. Just a high-quality sword and board that they can keep, you know, they can just poke them, keep them back, and also they don't do armor-piercing damage, so their great armor is going to be holding them out to a lot of their damage too. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, Fountain Guard are my... Yeah, I talked them up a lot in the last battle, and I still hold to that. I always will, I think. You'd have to do a lot of crazy stuff to the Fountain Guard to make me not love them. And yeah, the Alcron's Legion are not long for this world there. Oh, Wow, Shaken, get your stuff sorted out, Pilgrim Marines. Casimir's Rangers scary? I don't know why they were scared for a second. Maybe it's just a spread out unit or something, but no, they've got no right to be scared. Oh, this is the general. Oh my goodness me. He could die. He's not bloodied yet though, so I think he's probably still doing okay for hit points, but you know, medieval 2 can be wild. You know, you can go from being pretty healthy to just dead if somebody gets some lucky hits. Serpent's Fangs there. Yeah, their morale's holding out really nicely too. Just more than content to battle away with their beautiful, nice sort of curved blades there. I love them as a model. Yeah, I do tend to put my general in with the Serpent's Fangs, but that's because I love archer generals. And they've got a big unit count as well. Yeah, they were really not just a nice addition, I feel. But they are getting sliced down now. Oh, they're taking out a few more of these. No, that was an Axeman. I thought for a second that was a Warden of the White Tower. But I was like, no, sure, he had an axe. We've got Marksman Kiradros flooding on forward now. Everybody barreling on in. And yeah, it's a bit more chaotic now for the defenders. But that's causing a bit of chaos for the attackers too, as they're moving on in, and that's meaning that we're getting to shoot a few of these halberdiers and so on. Just about a Serpent Guard running on down. That'll be more than enough to deal with the Belfast Marines. Once again, they're sending something out to come and face us, and I would have taken... I don't know. I would have maybe taken that fight, and then you could get an archer over here. I think I'm maybe just being too aggressive with my mindset right now. I really think like this is going fine for the attackers right now. What we got? 84 for 79. So that's not as much of an advantage as I was sort of thinking, but it's going okay. Their strategy is working, and maybe it's better to just play it safe. Whereas like what I've got in my mind a lot of the time is some pretty aggressive plays. I like these Belfast Marines showing up. Yeah, we've got some nice breaks. These guys should be getting wiped momentarily. Over here. Yeah, 35 Fountain Guard left. And there should be, 25 there. Hopefully still 25 Fountain Guard at the end of all that. Don't know. I'm sure he'll be happy enough with whatever he's got. And the Wardens slicing down the last few off these Corsair Blackguards as well. Okay. Nice. Oh. Does some Alcronis Legion to deal with over in this area. I think Belfast Marines are gorgeous. They really are one of my favourite looking units. Amroth has a very pretty roster, but yeah, I think the Belfast Marines might be up there for me. I do like that. I mean, the Parathol units are gorgeous too. Of course, that sort of half-elven look, but I don't know. It's tough. We just have some great models. We've just got some great models in Reforged, so it's tough to say. Haven Guard, they're very bloodied. Goodness me, we were talking about a bloody general, but yeah, sure, that guy's been through the wars. And carrying on the push now with some of these elites. Do we have any infantry elites to really match that from the defenders? These Blackguards still have jabs. Okay. We've got the Royal Guard, they're good. They used to be 2 hit points back in the day, they're not anymore. And then we've got the Sentinels. Aha! Okay. This can always change the game, and especially if the attackers don't have much ammo left. Okay, then Champions of Nafarat, not going to be easy to smash down, and the Harbingers of Castamere, again, very, very messy to deal with. So, far from over, as I say, the attackers have been using a lot of their elites. Their elites are tired, their elites are hurt, and lower in number. And the defenders still do have a bit of ammunition to spend on them. Of course, their crossbowman just about to die there from this Blacksworn Renegade. Yeah, no, he's going to try and make it away. I love that he pulls out those 2 harpoons. It's such a cool little sort of melee, choice for these Corsairs. And Alcronis Legion fighting to the very end, of course, as they do. Oh, wow! I love that. Only 2 pikemen left, and he's still more than happy to stick in the fight. Very brave boys. I wonder who's your buddy. Is he another pikeman or is he a captain? Nope, he's this guy over here. Good stuff. Yeah, still stabbing away. Good. Very nice, very nice. Corsair Blackguards look like they're trying to get into position to use up a bit of ammo. Last few veteran... No, maybe they just sallied down to deal with the veterans of Skiliath. If these veterans could get like maybe 2v1 fights or 1v1 fights, they could probably drop a few guys, but if the Corsair Blackguards get around them like they did that guy, like he's probably going to rack up a kill here. Maybe. Oh, no, it's looking pretty nasty, and he's about to get backstabbed too, I think. Yeah, he's down. They're happy enough to stay in the fight, it seems. They're not gonna be routing off. Apart from that, he remains of Medexa. Gonna be coming on forward. Right. Okay, no, he's probably surrounded now. His time will... Or, Corsairs might be willing to just let their buddy have this 1v1. He's bloodied, so who knows? Maybe the Corsairs got this. Corsairs don't have bad melee stats by any stretch. Oh wait, was that a hit or was that... it's like a block. Oh, I like that. Quite a little swing. Almost took him out. No! Oh, I thought that was a synchronized kill for him, just dropping this guy. Ah, dear. Yep. Only a few Corsair Blackguards remaining for Diego. And yeah, they did good. They could probably beat these marksmen too, to be honest, but he's not willing to take that fight. He's going to try and bolt. Waiting. Holding back. Yeah, I'm kind of scared about the lack of elites for the attackers now. And I think that we don't have much ammunition or any ammunition to deal with those demons. Oh wait, wardens. So the amazing Jedi's got those wardens of the wardens of Minas Ithil, and they could probably try to shoot down the demons or any of these elites, and that could be worth it. We'll go 2 times speed for a second as people sort of shuffle on up. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I'm like rolling back and forth right now. Not Fountain Guard. Royal Guard coming in. Just, yeah, chase away these archers. Why not? Oh, they actually had their bows. Oh, Duran. I wouldn't have exposed those guys alone. I mean, there's only 7 of them, but, I mean, if they could get their shots into the demons... Oh, no, they just used their bows in melee. No, they ran out of ammunition a long time ago. And this guy actually... What the... Well done. Actually dropping Royal Guard. And that's where the general is. Okay, Y2K. Oh, get him, gamers. He just stumbled over his cape, dearie me. No, he's getting out. They're being respectful, let him run away. Oi. Dismount Servant Guard might be a different story though. A few of them getting caught up on that fence, but some of them finding their way around. Very nice. Good to know you can sneak around that side bit if you want to. He did rack up a quick kill for it, as has his, well, maybe his captain. Big 2-handed blade. Fountain Guard are one of the, they're not uber tier of course, but they're very, very good. So I do like to sort of view them as an elite unit. Yeah, this is still tricky for the attackers. They've got their jabs. No, they don't. Yeah, they do. Okay. Belfast Marines with a jab volley or 2, perhaps. Helga Marines with their javelins as well. Okay. These elite units, if we get some javelin into their faces, then this could be a different story. But I think no matter what, we're just not going to be able to stop. I love this Ravenhill. Well done. He did go down, but mixing it up with crossbows is always good. We've got a general in the field. The Haven Guard have arrived. Okay, the Haven Guard can't just be fed trash. They will need something decent, but they've got the Royal Guard, who are probably not a bad choice there for a very weakened unit of Haven Guard. Even though the general is going to be racking up a good few kills, he does have the stats of the Haven Guard, which are very, very impressive. Dismount Servant Guard there, up against Gondorian infantry. If they are, if they were both fully health units, this would be quite a nice, fair fight. But I think outnumbering them, the Dismount Servant Guard probably got that there. Pilgrim Marines, though, might come in to even the odds. What we need to do... Yeah, okay, these pikes are like... Oh, another general, too. Very weakened generals for these guys. Holy smokes. Nice, nice. Exactly what you want to do with Ixa. Just perfectly aimed general versus general conflict. You got the axe from the Nether too. Okay, that's one general drop though. But we are smashing down this Umbar general. Now that was Dol Amroth's general, so might shake a few of these marksmen. Right now they seem to be happy enough, but very long. These Pilgrim Marines, oh dear. Medexa, your general's in there, and those Pilgrim Marines were just wavering for a second. Ward of the White Tower still slicing on through. What we got? Corsair Blackguards coming in. Do they have their jabs? They do. Okay, okay. Making use of this little passageway is important there for sure. And Corsair crossbows. Ah, shoot! We're gonna need something to deal with that, because they will keep blasting us. There's only 16 of them. One of them's the captain, so it's only 15 crossbows coming in. But that's gonna be a constant rattle of damage. Duran's wavering there, dearie me. This could all end with one nasty rout for the attackers, to be honest. Mountain Guard there, going toe-to-toe with the Pikes again. Pikes versus Halberds is always a tough fight for Halberds, but there's only 18 of them as well, which is very unpleasant. Pikes, what are we going for here? Looks like they're just trying to counter the enemy Pikes, who are rushing into melee. Looks like they're wanting to cause some breaks before they get around. Fair enough. Champions in Afarat, they could really soak up some jabs. Well, like they should. You want to get your javelins into them. Wardens. Oh, the Military Honor Guard, of course, too. I think the time is now for the Fountain Guard there, man. I know we're wanting to keep them safe from javelins and the demons, but the demons have appeared. We need that arrow fire into the demons as soon as possible, boys. Champions in Afarat slicing through these Belfast Marines. Hopefully they got most of their javelins used up. These Corsair crossbows were targeted, but they're still alive. Still 6 of them. Good. Oh no, that's a different unit of that's... Oh no, this is the Military Honor Guard, not the Fountain Guard. Belgian Marines just getting some jabbies spread about. Sentinels, nice target. Sentinels do have shields, but still worth it, I feel. Yeah, we do have the arrow fire coming into the demons. That's quite an accurate volley from the Wardens. Not quite elven accuracy, but about as good as humans can be getting. And it's good high damage to a very fragile unit at range. So that's going to be hurting. Blackguards rattling on through, rattling on in. Okay, no, that's a busted position there. We've still got this blooming Gondorian general in here, don't we? Medexa still... I didn't see Medexa die. Champion... Oh, wow! What was that? Was that a... That must have been a demon's volley. Yeah, okay, okay. I wouldn't... I think I would have gone for that. Yeah, champions are right there. You... Okay, going for the demons. Fair enough. Fair enough. I would have maybe gone for the champions, in all honesty, if I had that shot. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. But I think I would have gone for the champions. I think the champions are going to be so tough to take down. And, yeah, if I had a perfect, like, shot in the back. Oh, God, no, 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 no. Stop the demons. Stop the demons. Stop the demons. Oh, dearie me. Oh, no. Yep. Oh, wow, I'm surprised that wasn't an immediate massacre. The next one might be, though. 63 Fountain Guard. Oh, yo, yo. Down to, what, 53? Wardens coming in. Good for them. Somebody's got to do this. Down to 46, 43. Oh, yo, yo, 41. Wardens are trying to stop this, but they're probably going to be in guard mode, just using that ammunition up. And the demons aren't, you know, they're not babies in melee. So they might just be able to sit and take that. Billion Rangers. Nice to see them appear, but they're slicing through, yeah. I mean, you've got to just take what you can get. I just use them however you want now. I'd probably still go for the demons, though, in all honesty. Just because the demons will die a lot faster than the Corsair Blackguards. And the demons are more of a threat at range. Not at range, in melee, than the Blackguards are. Oh, dearie me, this turned around fast. Some halberds down there. No, so I'd say I didn't see... Oh, that's the Gondorian general finally dropped from Medex, I suppose. But no, this was definitely a very good scrap. We've got a few thousand frames left. It's possible that something crazy will occur. Those wardens will do not too bad. They're fighting 1v1 to the demons now, which I suspect they'll win. The demons are quite good up against, you want them up against like some clumsy, heavily armored unit, because they do provide that AP in melee as well as that range. But the wardens, of course, being sort of just an exceptional ranger in their skill, if you imagine that. They a bit more skilled and so on, so not too bad. And no, we'll see. The demons didn't actually rack up as many kills as I thought. And it seems to be really this pipeline that's just holding it out. What's going on? I guess the Harbingers are in there too, and the champions have worked their way around. How could this have changed? I don't know. It really was just a bit more ammunition for the likes of demons, but we were shooting at them as best we could there, and really trying to rinse them down. Maybe we had a few more elites to really go toe to toe with the likes of the champions at this stage. Like we took as many elites as we really could as the attackers, but I mean, if we still had some of them a bit safer. Like these guys just sort of poking and prodding through the gaps in the fences. Makes me think if anybody ever did like RuneScape back in the day, if you had a halberd, you could stab through fences, because I think you could only do that with halberds. You couldn't do that with spears or anything. I remember being a kid and being like, why can't I do this with a spear? Why do I have to have a halberd? Because like halberds were way more expensive than spears, and I couldn't get one. So I was like, oh damn, I want to do this with a spear. But no, you could only do it with halberds. So you could just bait NPCs to like standing on the other side of a fence and just stab them, because they would just sit and stare at you. You could just like sit and stab and they couldn't fight you back. So it was a great way to just like train your melee skill when you were little babies. Goodness me. Okay. So we'll set. Yeah, no, we'll go 2 times speed. I think we're fine for just jumping forward now. Maybe, I don't know, trying to do something with the Athelian Rangers earlier, perhaps, but no, I think the attackers did their very best, and a 3v3 is always tricky for the attackers. Even though you do have that, you've got more money, you don't have the numbers advantage, which it really does help to have, and it's the brain advantage too. Like it really, even though sometimes when you're just on one choke point, just having an extra brain there, another set of eyes looking around, checking where things are, it's important for the attackers. So it's I think they did not too bad. I think Harad is a great, that's the general there. Harad is a great little counter to Gondor, of course, so it's always tricky for them sometimes, but I don't know. I don't know how we could have won that from a middle point, because I thought was sure the attackers were winning for a bit toward the end. I was really certain about that. When they pulled ahead, there was a time when they were about almost 5% ahead, and usually if the attackers ever get 5% ahead, it's game over for defenders, I feel. So the fact they managed to do that, was that? Oh, that was the general killing him. I think that was Medexa finally getting killed by Diego's. Oh, it wasn't Diego's general that he was going for though. It was it wasn't Diego's general he went for. It was Y2K's general that he was trying to attack. So fair enough. Diego's general would be a lot more powerful because he was part of the Harbingers instead of part of the Royal Guard. But I put him inside the Royal Guard anyway. But once again, I like archer generals. I like archer generals with spears too. Very nice. Yeah, Athelian Rangers there are broken, and Fennecar's still trying to stab away. So yeah, see, I was sure they had that. Really sure. Oh, boys, nice. First one of that battle. First one I saw. We're seeing this guy. He suffered it too. If they're just sort of T-posing into the ground like that, it's very nice. What do we? 98%. Cheesy peeps. So it was blooming close. Still found guard there. He's just sort of poised and ready to go. Yeah. Had we stopped that chap, because I mean that killed like 50,000 guard, which could have been great. Maybe. I'm surprised we didn't see any guards of Osgiliath. You know, we didn't have many pikes for the Gondorian forces. It was really, and I think that was something that the defenders just had over the attackers all the time. They just had that extra range from the pikes over the halberds, which is really like where the attackers were gaining more of their focus. Rangers there 254. Yeah, Corsair crossbows 231. Very nice. Very impressive there. And 177 kills for the Royal Guard is actually not too bad up against these sorts of attackers. Anything crazy from Diego? Harmonies could have done better, of course, because they only went in toward the end. There was still quite a lot of them left. Alcronath Legion, just always tricky to deal with. 201 though. Very maybe killing a lot of the civvies, perhaps. Yeah, it could have been what they did. And of course, our crossbows nicely countered, it seems. Oh, you're saying that though, right? 80 and 42 for those pikes. Only 68 for the sentinels there, whereas over here, what did the pikes get? Both pikes 7 and 81. Wow. Maybe I was wrong in that. Maybe I was wrong. But anyway, thank you guys very much. That was a lot of fun, and I will see you later.